Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Mill. My name's Bill. It's Power Solutions Forestry, and today I'm just tired. I'm hurt. I'm tired. Had a CT scan last night. Get some crap going on with my hip, and I'm going to do a little bit of milling today. I've got to do a revamp to this mill yard, and I've got a ton of stuff sitting here that's got to get out. Most of it will all be gone by Friday. So I think after taking care of this little customer order of these 3 cedar logs I have to mill and trying out our new mill setup. If you didn't watch the video where I did repairing my mill deck, watch that. I'll show you what's going on. We made it so that we can move around the log stops and log dogs, and I think I have it in a good setup to do these small logs, and we're going to find out if it works. I'm still running that same Stella Cut band. I don't even know how many board feet it has on it now, but these cedar logs are weird. It was like they were in the mud or something like that, so they've got a bunch of crap encrusted in the bark. So I just want to run this band. This will probably be the last job that this resharp Stella Cut band does. If you didn't watch me sharpening them, go ahead and watch it. I sharpened them over to 7 degrees, and I put over 5,000 board feet on this Stella Cut band with one little face grind, so about 3,000 and at least another 2. It just cuts awesome at 7 degrees. But let me show you what's going on if you didn't watch the video. And we had repaired, so you can see these little cedar logs, and you can see that they're fairly dirty. We had repaired all of our log brackets in that video, and we moved a log dog assist over to this, and we put another dog setup there so that we don't have to put a backer board in there, but we can clamp a log and it won't twist. You can see it's got 2 dogs set up there. 2 stops set up. And also we moved our log dogs to the other side, like it says in Norwood's manual. So instead of having them on the same side as the stop, like Dave Boyd likes to do and like I've had them forever, we moved them over to the other side. And really that's so that when you go in, you could edge off a flitch. You could do one flitch and your log dog won't hit that release on the stop and make it drop. I've always had to put a backer board in there when they were on the same side. So now they're on opposite sides, opposite from the stop, and we're going to see how it works. So really the big question is this log going to twist? Oh, big hawk. Did you hear that? I do have Danny with me. He is over here hunting away. Look at that monarch butterfly. See it? Listen to me. Butterfly. Danny's over behind the windshield for the bobcat. He's hunting some sort of chipmunk or something under that log, that bunk. There he is. So I think what I'm going to do is the customer wants 1-inch boards, so we're going to mill it into a cant and give him 1-inch boards. Any flitches I take off, I'll give him 2, and I'm going to put them right on this pallet right here because I have to start getting organized. I think I'm just going to let you watch it from this side. I know you're not going to be able to see the sawdust shooting out, but this will make it quicker for me to get to this, and I kind of want to try and knock these 3 out as quick as I can. I'm at 4 minutes on this thing. So I charge by the hour for cutting customer logs. So they're $100 an hour. I typically have a minimum. So if I do 45 minutes, unless I'm doing a whole ton of logs, like 10 logs, if it's a small job like this, that's probably going to take 15 minutes a log. I'm just going to charge $100. And we are going to go to town here. So a couple of these logs aren't very good, or at least this one's not very good. I don't know what's going to come out of it. We'll see. But the bigger part here, sorry, I just had lunch and I'm burping, is to see how this dog setup works on small logs. Hopefully they don't twist and smash into the guides. So we're going to fire up and take my top cut at 8, and we'll flip it over and just keep going. I did have to just repair my little nipple for my water. I had one of those rip. So I'm at 8. We're just gonna, looks clear. Let's try it. Hopefully it don't move. Well, that went awesome. Didn't move an inch, an ounce, or whatever. Well, let's see how long it takes to do this. I might not even need a can hook on this. Probably just going to have to bring these down a hair. Get them down after you flip it over like this. It's not a bad idea just to bring them down to about the middle of the log or so. That's at 2. That's at 2. You don't want them so low that when you clamp it, yeah, this one is. When you clamp it, that it's going to want to ride up over the stop. That one's at 3 and a hair. Yeah, that feels good. Keep in mind where you are. So you can see how with the dogs offset, I don't know if you could see that. It did twist a little bit when I clamped it. So this cut's going to be about somewhere around 6.5. Let's take it there. So that'd be 5 boards would be, if I do cut it in that dimension, it'd be 6 boards, be 5 cuts, you would need 6 5/8. So we'll take it at 6 5/8. Because you need the 8s. You need 5/8 for kerfs, to cut ones. So we'll take it at 6 5/8. That doesn't mean we're going to stay there. We could always cut it the other way, but that's not a bad thing to keep in the back of your mind. Stay nice and stable again. I did hit a nail on that pass. That's awesome. Just when you thought it was going to go fast, you hit a nail. So he is going to end up with some sort of band charge anyway for that nail strike. Doesn't look like a very big one. I'm going to pause you guys and yank it out. Man, it's just one of those days, guys. So that's a nail right there. Wasn't that bad. Little dinky one. Didn't sound like it. Didn't even look like it did much damage to the van, even after all these board feet. Now we got 5,000 plus a nail strike. Who knows? Maybe the van will just go forever. This cut's going to be pretty similar to the last one, about 8 inches high. And then we'll flip her over. I got her squared up. It's squared up perfect against the stops. If you guys watch that video with me repairing the vertical. still cutting beautiful. Just, you know what? I'll show you guys. Show you guys how this is cutting. And you know, I say this over and over, but I don't have any real dog in the game here. You know, I appreciate anything that Norwood does for me, but I don't really have a dog in the game other than you know, I'm bragging on these blades, and I have plenty of other ones to use, believe me. But this is the cut that we just got after the nail strike, after 5,000 board feet and one face grind. You know, I know it's a little cedar log, but still, I mean, it's still cutting really, really well for all this mileage. It's inexplicable or inexplainable at this point. So let's flip it over, cut the other top off it, try to get kind of similar size. I think it'll end up around, if I can get it at 6 5/8, if I can get it pretty square, I can just cut right through it. They'll be 6 5/8 wide by 1 inch. If you don't understand the 6 5/8, please ask. I'd be more than happy to explain it. So now we have to put our stops all the way down just in case this is it. If this is it, then all right, so that one's in a little bit too far. That's all right. It's not going to matter. I do this dog first, and it clamps these in between, so it doesn't twist it like if I do this dog first, because I've offset them to the side now. So we'll try it at 6 5/8, and then I should. I got to set my 1 inch scale too, so I'm just going to drop it down to, like, let's see, we got 1, 2 1/8, 3 1/4, 4 3/8. We'll just drop it to 4 3/8, and then line up our 4/4 scale. That looks pretty good. So we'll come up to 6 5/8. That also should be on scale, which is just a little dinky bit high. That's perfect. So what I've done now is I've scaled off the bottom, so I'll end up with a 1 inch board. It'll be all 1 inch boards, and my bottom one will be a 1 inch board. So hopefully 6 5/8 works. Regardless, it's gonna. All right, get rid of this, and then we'll cut the rest of the camp out. Next cut should be at 5 1/2, which it is. Perfect on scale. Did try to move there a little bit. I'm just going to double down on that clamp. I'm not going to take these off every time. That one just bowed up a little bit, so. They're bowing the right way. This one should be at 4 3/8. Bowed up too. Next up should be at 3 1/4. Yep. Two, three. Next cut should be a 2 1/8. Next cut should be a 1 inch. Done. So it does appear, now obviously I haven't tried this with a really crooked log or something, but that's one great thing about the Norwood system is that you can move your log stops around front to back. So if you had a really crooked log, you can move it up against it. And with I'm going to pull a nail out. Let's see how long that took. So minus 4 minutes, it took 13 minutes. So for the sake of not making this video go a mile long, just for having you watch me cut these other two, I'm definitely going to come in under an hour on this, and I can get it done pretty quick if I'm not videoing. All three are going to be rinse and repeat. The small one's going to be a little bit challenging, but we're just going to do our best with it. I think I'll call this thing a video. So really the moral of the video is that setup with the two dogs close together there, where I can just drop this one in there, and when I'm done, just pull the pin on the other side and put it back over here where it goes. Put the log dog assist back there. But that little setup does work good for short logs as long as they're at least 4 feet long. If you get under 4 feet, you got problems. You got to come up with a support system, something to cut them, whether you lay a board across or whatever. It's really up to you. But for anything that's at least 4 feet, and you could always just say, no, I'm not going to do stuff shorter than 4 feet. But unfortunately, I do from time to time get wood turners that come out and they bring me weird shaped logs and ask me if I can cut true sides on them so that they can cut them down. At that point, you got to get like a 2x12 or something and lay it on there, or maybe even two of them. Put a clamp on the bottom so they stay together, and then put your sting on the top. Come up with a way to secure it in place. Cut a true side, flip it over, cut a true side. But for a 4 foot log, 4 foot and longer, it seems like it works pretty good. The log didn't move at all. It was nice, went fast. And you're seeing the end of a Stella Cut band. I am going to do a video on setting these. So what you want to do, because your stellite insert is the full width of the kerf, what you want to do is you want to set on your setter, on your plunger for your dial indicator. You want to figure out how far out that is, set your marker there, and then set all your teeth that lean that way out to that marker, and then do the other side the same way. So you want to set them to exactly the width of the stellite insert. and then sharpen. Set them first, then sharpen. So I will do a video on that eventually. But for now, I'm going to cut out the rest of these 2 logs. I hope you guys are having a great day. Tomorrow's going to be a weird day. I'm going to do a ton of cleanup. I think I'm going to build some bunks. And I am going to start working on the shed because I want to get some of this material out of here. And I'm not sure if I feel like it tomorrow, I will. I'm still a little hurting in the hip. Seems to be getting a little bit better. It's going to be a long-term problem. I have a pretty bad damage to the connection between my hamstring and the ischium bone. So it's got to heal. I can't have surgery on it or anything like that. But we'll see how it goes, and we'll see how I feel. And for now, appreciate the watch. For Danny and myself, it's Pirate Solutions out.